Have you ever noticed how some things you never noticed before begin to notice you back once you begin noticing them? Like the moment when desperation is no longer a prison but a portal. Because you could have thought it meant panic, but now something in you has always begun to remember what it's like to rise. You see, desperation is just energy, misnamed, misunderstood until now. Because every fire starts with friction, and friction means you're moving, and moving means you're alive. And being alive means you're a creative reality. Now you might wonder, what's it mean to install a new belief system, a new operating system? Isn't that the kind of thing that happens automatically when you stop trying too hard and start noticing what's already inside? Because when someone used to say, I'm desperate, what they really meant was, I care so much. I cannot afford to wait. Isn't that the perfect place to begin? A man once stood at the bottom of a mountain, cold, alone, desperate. He said, I can't, and yet his foot moved. Because desperation isn't weakness, it's urgency in disguise, it's strength, reaching upward. Isn't it true? The most desperate, they're often the most determined, the most resilient, the most creative. He didn't want to feel courageous. He moved until courage followed. He didn't have options until he created them. And isn't that what you've already begun doing right now? A woman in a storm once said, I can't survive this. But storms don't destroy what bends. And she bent, she breathed, and she built boats out of broken things. Have you noticed how desperation sharpens perception? How it reveals hidden doors? When she stopped running from the rain, she learned how to dance inside it. When the storm passed, she no longer feared weather. She became it. Now picture a fire, not a wildfire, but the kind in your chest that burns when something matters. That ache, that tension, that pressure. It's not a problem. It's a power source. You can harness it, use it, transform it. When desperation says you're out of time, you respond exactly. And that's why I act now. Because pressure makes diamonds, but only if you stop resisting and become the diamond. And maybe you've already forgotten what it was like to believe the old beliefs. Or maybe you remember remembering and now forget forgetting. And somehow that's freeing. Because whether you once believed that desperation meant fear, or whether you now experience it as fuel, it's a choice that becomes automatic. Once you forget to try to choose, to let your unconscious choose what's always been chosen. It's happening now, or it's already happened. That you're realizing you don't need to believe in power. You are power. And so it begins the installation of a new identity, not all at once, but like a seed planted, knowing it's already a tree. You're not desperate, you're a creator. Your adaptability embodied. Your urgency with a purpose. Your presence with a plan. You're the person that others call when they've no idea what to do. Because somehow you always do. Even when you don't, especially then. Because isn't true confidence knowing that uncertainty is the only certainty? And you're okay with that. Because you bend, you breathe, you build boats. Desperation is motivation before it has a name. Creativity is tight clothing. Action without permission. Because now you've learned. And by learned, I mean installed. By installed, I mean remembered. That emotions are guides, not guards. Your state creates fate. Perception creates possibility. Reality isn't fixed, it flexes. People follow the most certain people in the room. Even if that person is you. Every no contains a new yes. Reframing is reality shaping. Authenticity attracts allies. Confidence is contagious. And the more you act as if it's true, the more it becomes true, until there's no as if left, only is. So maybe you began with desperation, but you end with direction. You began with urgency, but now you carry purpose. Because you've already started to notice how the same fire that once burned your hope now forges your path. The path of the survivor, the strategist, the signal caller. The one who's never stuck, only stirring. Because this isn't desperation. This is ignition. This is evolution under pressure. This is power with a name. And that name is yours.